everybody. Hopefully my audio is good. This is Darryl Jr. back for what I expect to be my last RTS. Uh, got some interesting responses from people. I appreciate the support. I appreciate people finding the humor and the inaccuracies in the debate. One of the uh, people who get some good support and follow up is Jack of all trades. I linked his video in the description, so you should be sure to check that out. And a few people on that thread was saying some of the things that happened in the Flatzoid stream after I left, or he left, whatever you want to call it. And he pointed out some of the comedy that was going on. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll check that out. And I did. And so I got some receipts for a few things. I want to address one of the amazing things which supports and reinforces what I was saying in part one of this, that this thing, talking to these people, is all about just catching their lies or misunderstandings or omissions even, and so on and so forth. And also just to confirm or reinforce that the best choice going forward is to discontinue speaking to these people. So I have the receipts to show both my side and his side on a certain point. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at it. And so the first thing I'll bring up is that struck my attention. Those who saw either the end of the stream when I was talking a bit about the uh, interaction on the original stream, or when I followed up later with part one of this brief review, I pointed out that I checked the link he gave me and I couldn't find the equation. I found something similar to it, which is why I see it in that video, or something to the effect of, it seems like he has an inaccurate version of something that was in his paper. But listen to this, what I heard, and I didn't listen to all the rest of his afterwards. I just listened to a bit of it, and I don't plan on listening to any more of it. This piqued my attention, so check this out really fast.
But I mean, the guy, he literally says, "Oh, I know what's in the equation." Okay, tell me. He refuses. So then I tell him, and he writes it down, and then I'm like, this is based on a closed system. If you knew that, you would have told me it's based on a closed system, and then it would have been over.
He could give me the link for that. Give me the link, and when he gets it, he just still goes on the same way.
I gave him MIT's specifically because MIT's one already goes into the Carnot principle, which doesn't have it written in that equation. It's already the derivative. So he couldn't get it. So he couldn't find it and actually tell me, because I was looking at it, seeing he's trying to scroll through to find where it's written in MIT's. It's not there, mate.
So look at this. I asked him where the equation comes from. He gave me that MIT link, saying that that's where the equation comes from. But now he's admitting that the equation is not there. And he's humored at the fact that he's seeing me trying to scroll to find it, and he's humored that I can't find it and I can't get it. So it seems that his intention was to be duplicitous and cause confusion. I guess to make it look like, oh, I know so much because you're confused. You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing. Imagine if, like, Einstein or somebody, because of course these scientists do actual work, and they're, hey, what's going on, Gene? How you doing? Good to see you. I'm doing a follow-up review on the talk I had with Flatzoid, giving some of the feedback and responses and support I got from some of the listeners. And hopefully this will be my last addressing any of the flat earthers, if not at all, for a long time. But I found this so interesting that he would, and I'll talk a bit about Phil Bell, who Dr. Phil Bell, Professor Phil Bell, who added some good input to the discussion, and I'll get to that momentarily. But notice that, and I was saying, what about if Einstein wrote a paper or something, or they like to talk about Michelson and Morley and stuff. What if Michelson and Morley, or what if some of the people who wrote about Michelson and Morley saying it was not, it doesn't, say what they say it does, and then they found out that the people who wrote the paper put a whole bunch of fake references. They put a bunch of references that didn't actually refer to the thing they were talking about to throw you off. That's how they would respond. People actually do stuff like take various pictures of the Earth with low orbit satellites and then string them together, and they say that's fake. They say all the pictures from space is fake. So imagine what they would do. And he intentionally, according to his admission just now, let's check it one more time.
Already the derivative. So it's written in that equation one already goes.
Still goes on the same way.
I gave him MIT's specifically because MIT's one already goes into the Carnot principle, which doesn't have it written in that equation. It's already the derivative. So he couldn't get it. So he couldn't find it and actually tell me, because I was looking at it, seeing he's trying to scroll through to find where it's written in MIT's. It's not there, mate.
It's amazing. That's absolutely amazing that somebody would do that. I mean, it seems amazing to me that somebody would do that. And keep in mind, I showed, if you look at the original stream, I showed what our agreement was, because he wasn't sticking to the agreement that he lays out his position, and then we can go back and forth on me challenging the position. So that's why I showed that image to say, look, this is what I propose. This is what you agree to. But obviously he was coming in with, what's the word? Ill intent, or I don't know what the cool way to say it, but you see what I'm saying. Now I do want to address that I said I knew it was in the equation and what was going on with that, because I said that I was thinking about something else. I'm going to show receipts for that. So I appreciate the support, and I'm going to give you all some ammunition to support what I'm saying, and so you can understand what I meant. So this is one part when I was referring to the equation. Well, the issue is that I'm not. Show me where they say that this equation means we can't have an atmosphere. Show me in this document where it says that.
Okay, wait. Yeah, wait. You told me you know what's written in the equation. Did you not?
Yes, I understand. I understand the second law of thermodynamics equation. Yes. Two things. The first thing, I asked him to show me in that paper where what he's saying the equation does, that the people who he got the equation from agrees with that. He just didn't address that at all. I no wonder why, because he admitted in the as I showed in the clip earlier, that the equation is not in that paper. So he couldn't possibly show in that paper where they agreed, apart from the fact that they wouldn't agree, but also because that equation itself is not even in the paper. That would explain why I couldn't find it. And he knows it's not in the paper, as he just admitted. The second thing is, let me show my file folder here. Now, if you look at this, this is my folder where I have my notes for this discussion. So, and let me actually show the date. So if you can see that this was saved. I saved this file on 1/11 at 1:44 p.m., which was 15 minutes before our debate. And that's the last time it's been modified. Hey, what's going on, Sean? So you can see at 1:44 p.m. I saved this file, and that's the last time it was modified, 15 minutes before we started talking. Now let me open this file, and let me show you what is in this file here. I need to switch off so it'll capture. I'll open the file. There we go. All right. So this is the intro to thermal, my notes, when I was going through the textbook. And let me go to page 96 in my notes. You can see I have the entropy equation here. So this is what I was thinking about in my mind. In my mind, when I said on that clip, yes, I understand the entropy equation, and I mean, it's my fault. I shouldn't have believed. I heard him say this is the entropy equation. So in my mind, I'm thinking entropy equation. So I was seeing entropy equation. And it wasn't until later that I realized that's not the entropy equation written a funny way. That's, but maybe I should have said, hey, I mistook that equation. Maybe I should apologize. Maybe I could have did something different. But I just want to show that my intention wasn't to say I understood that equation when I didn't. My intention was I was thinking about this equation, which is the actual entropy equation, which you can see from my notes, and from the file that I had saved from before our debate started. So these are my notes. So they want to harp on me not knowing that equation, but I did in the debate eventually say, and I was trying to make it a conversation that it doesn't really matter what I know or not because we're trying to figure out your point. But I just want to address that. So to the claims that I was lying, saying I understood the equation that I didn't, I should have just been more clear and I should have paid more attention. I shouldn't listen to what he said. But more to the point, I should need to just stop talking to these people because I can say he's right about one thing. He said at the end, you should study more. You should study before you talk about on a topic. And the fact is, I did just read through my textbook. This is, by the way, notes that I took from my textbook on thermodynamics that I'll be studying in the spring. And I did this read through the textbook, you know, I would say relatively quickly just to get through the topic to discuss it in this discussion. So fact is, if I would have studied it more, perhaps I would have been more easily able to recognize the discrepancy and not think it was that equation written a different way. So he's right about that, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that advice and talk to these people less, if at all, and spend more time actually studying uh, science and stuff. And by the way, this is the textbook. Y'all see me talking about this throughout the semester because, as I said, I'll start talking about science more. But this is the textbook that I'll be studying in the spring. We get the textbook for free as university students, so I was able to download it. I don't think anybody could download it. Uh, but I read through chapter 2, and that's where I got the thermodynamics equation from. In case y'all want any more receipts for that. Uh, the ideal gas. Here it is. So that's where I got it from. I actually got it from this textbook, and that's what I was thinking about in my notes when I was saying that. So, but again, it doesn't matter. Obviously, we see from his uh, uh, own admission that he wasn't there with to be honest and clarify his position, probably because he knew he can't clarify his position. He was there to try to make it confusing. So he can try to say, aha, he doesn't know. And then he still hadn't explained anything. He still didn't explain his position. So let me look at some of the chats before I close out. Sean says, Flatzoid would lie about air being breathable. I could believe it. The man has a serious problem. Gene says, in the recent debate, he was asking about the second law of entropy. He didn't even understand why he was wrong. And Sean says, you understand equations when they are spelled right. Exactly. That's a good point, Sean. So, but I should have paid closer attention. I should have, only had so much time to study. But he's right. You need to study it more. If I had studied it more, I would have been able to recognize it better, and I wouldn't have confused what I was seeing with what I was thinking in my head. But I'm going to take that advice, and I'm going to talk to the people less, if at all. And Sean says, Flatzoid thinks that the pinhole in the ISS should have made it explode instantaneously. That's how ignorant he is, but he thinks he's smarter than everyone, exactly. And I tried to get him to, again, point in the paper where he's getting the equation from these paper and believing these scientists, where they agree with him. But of course, the equation wasn't in the paper, as he admitted, so that wouldn't work anyway. That's why I guess he avoided that. But we all know who studied this stuff even a little that just destroying the equation, one, doesn't prove something is going on. You have to actually apply the equation. It's like you can see in this textbook, when they do actual applications, you actually have to go through some permutations to see what's going on with the macro states and micro states. And the stuff, the words that these people throw out but don't really understand. And it takes some time to do that stuff. You actually resolve some stuff. But Again, we all know what's going on. Thank everybody for your responses. I just wanted to make sure to throw that out there, address where I was coming from, show the receipts for that, and just show that amazing admission from Flatzoid of what his intention was and what he was doing with that link, where he said it was the link was supporting that paper, but it wasn't. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, I will. But it's just I'll be talking about science more. I'll just be focusing on science, and the science hour will be there Saturday coming up. Hope to see y'all there. And throughout the week, I'll be on my STEM channel getting more detailed into things. And that'll be my focus going forward. So I'll actually take his advice and spend more time studying rather than trying to keep track of these people's lives. So take care. Thanks for the support. Thanks for helping me get over 300 subscribers. I'll see y'all next time. Awesome, Gene. Thanks.